So yo guys, what is happening, and welcome back to Shifting Gears. And in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys top 5 tips for your driving test in the UK. So a lot of you guys have been asking me, like messaging me on Instagram and dropping it down in the comments that you want some tips for your driving test. So in today's video I'm going to be going through top 5 tips that I think that you need for your driving test. So me and my bro have been getting a lot of comments and messages that you guys need some help with, like your driving test. Some of you guys have got your test coming up and you need some tips and advice. So obviously in today's video I'm going to be going through a few of them tips. So obviously guys, I'm not no driving instructor or anything. I'm just going to make this video for you guys because a lot of people have been asking me. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. And if you're new, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and let's get it. So the first tip that I want to give you guys is obviously observations. So obviously when you're driving, you need to be wary of who's around you, what's around you, cars behind, cars on the side. So obviously when you're changing lanes as well, you need to check all 3 of your mirrors. Obviously you got a mirror on your right, your left, and one in the middle as well. So whenever you are driving and you're having lessons or on your test as well, just make sure that you're always checking your mirrors when you're changing lanes, or when you're at a junction or at a roundabout. Always check your mirrors and always be observant of who's around you and what's around you, because obviously some cars just come out of nowhere, and if you don't check your mirrors, they might clash into you or you might just clash into them. So it's always important to check your mirrors. Another thing to do, guys, is obviously just drive at a speed that you're comfortable with. So let's say you come into a roundabout, just slow down. Obviously if it's a 20 road, just do 20, or even if you're not comfortable with that, just do 15. Or let's say for example you're in a 30 zone and you're comfortable with doing 20 or 25, just drive at the speed that you're comfortable with, and always check your mirrors when you come in, indicate, signal, and then just take your turn when it's obviously safe to do so. So yeah, just make sure that you always check your mirrors every like couple of seconds. Just always like over exaggerate, obviously on your test, just over exaggerate, not too much, but just make sure you're always checking your mirrors, your left one, your right one, and obviously your center one. And obviously if you're reversing as well, just make sure to like look over your shoulders as well. And over exaggerate that on your test as well, because that's what I did myself. Another thing to add on to that is don't brake too harshly. So let's say you come into a roundabout or junction, just brake slowly. Obviously just be wary of cars that are behind you, but just brake slowly. And obviously, like I said previously, just drive at a speed limit that you're comfortable with, whether that's 20, 30, whatever it may be. Just drive at a speed that you're comfortable with. Make sure you're always checking your mirrors. And then obviously just brake slowly, don't brake too harshly, because obviously if you brake too harshly, the car behind might misjudge you and might just drive into the back of you. So just brake slowly, gently. So obviously guys, I'm just cruising now. So obviously we're joining a different lane now, so obviously just gonna signal right. And obviously this is a 50 road, so I'm just gonna drive at a speed that I'm comfortable with. And obviously, like I said to you guys previously, just drive at a speed that you are comfortable with. So obviously it's a 50 road, we're just cruising, we're doing about 40, 50 miles per hour, staying in the left lane. Obviously you got your road signs here, so just make sure you're always following them. I'm just going to signal now, take my exit. That's it, just stay in your lane, drive at a speed that you're comfortable with. And obviously now, as you can see the road sign there, it's a 30 road. Same again, ahead only, so it's obviously 2 lanes. I'm checking my left mirror, there's a van there, so make sure it's clear. Obviously there's a lot of road signs around, there's bus stops, pedestrians can be walking, so just make sure you're always checking your mirrors, because there's always some idiots that run out in the middle of the road. So the second tip that I can give you guys is when you come into roundabouts, when to commit. So obviously I've seen it a lot of times where I'm stuck behind the learner and they're like too hesitant to go. Like it might be clear, but they're too hesitant. Obviously when you're driving at a junction or roundabout and you can see that it's clear and you 100% know that no car is coming, then just go for it. Because obviously if it's clear, then there's no point stopping at a junction or roundabout if there's no car coming. So you just gotta be confident, man. So obviously when you're coming to a roundabout or junction, just obviously if there's cars coming, then just slow down and then brake. And then obviously when it's clear and it's safe to go, then just go. Don't be too hesitant as well, like when you come into roundabouts and junctions or crossings, just don't be too hesitant, just go for it. If you know it's clear, then just go. So to add on to that is let's say for example you come into a roundabout, obviously you want to check early because you don't want to check too late, because obviously you're gonna have to brake harshly. If there's a car coming and you check too late, so always check your right side, because obviously we give way to the right. So if cars are coming over from the right, then obviously you have to give them way, and then you have to wait. Just keep your foot on the brake, and then when it's safe to do so, just join the roundabout, whatever exit it may be, second, third, first, whatever it may be, and just go for it. But yeah, don't be too hesitant, don't hold back, just be confident and believe in yourself. A lot of learners, like, they get under pressure when they come to roundabouts, bigger roundabouts. They stall their car because obviously they don't know what to do if a car's coming. So it's always best to like observe earlier. So it's obviously always best to do your checks earlier. So when you come into a roundabout, obviously just check earlier, just keep looking, and obviously if it's clear, then just go. And then obviously if there's cars coming, then just stop and wait. And then when it's clear to do so, safely move on. Another thing to always remember, guys, is stay in your lane. So let's say obviously I'm at a big roundabout now, I'm staying in the left lane. Obviously I'm in a signal now because I'm going to take the next exit. So just always stay in your lane, don't cut lanes. Even if you're in the wrong lane, just make sure that you stay in that lane, because obviously there's cars in other lanes as well, and you don't want to be hitting no one. And just, like I said previously, always check your mirrors, your free mirrors. Make sure you're always checking your mirrors. And obviously I'm just driving at a speed that I'm comfortable with. I'm in the left lane, just braking, because obviously cars are braking. Make sure you're aware of that. If cars are braking, you need to brake as well, because obviously traffic now. So the third tip that I can give you guys is always follow road markings and signs. So if you're driving on a road and you're not too sure of the speed limit, it can be a problem, because obviously the examiner or instructor might think that you don't know the speed limit, and they could potentially mark you down for that if you don't know the speed limit. Because obviously you don't want to be driving too slow, then you don't want to be driving too fast at the same time. So it's always important to know the speed limit of the road. So let's say you're driving in a 20 road, obviously you need to know that it's a 20, and then obviously drive at a speed that you're comfortable at, like I said previously. But just make sure that you know what road signs are and the markings. Just make sure you know what they mean, what they stand for. So obviously when you take a driving test, I think it's about 20 minutes independent driving where you follow a sat nav. So obviously the examiner isn't going to tell you like what this means, what that means. You need to know for yourself. So obviously you're going to be following a sat nav. So it doesn't really matter if you take a wrong turn or the wrong exit at the roundabout. As long as you do it safely, then it's fine. The sat nav will redirect you to wherever you're going. So another thing to look out for is giveaway lines. So obviously when there's giveaway lines, just make sure to stop early, brake early, because obviously you don't want to brake too late. So when you come into a giveaway, guys, it's always important to brake earlier, because obviously you don't want to brake last minute and harshly, and then a car behind drives into the back of you. That's the last thing you want. So when you are coming to a giveaway, just brake earlier. So it doesn't really matter if you're braking slowly and then you're edging forward slowly. So yeah, just do what you're comfortable with. So obviously if you want to brake earlier and then slowly edge forward to the giveaway lines, do that. Just do what you're comfortable with, and just drive at a speed that you're comfortable with as well. So another thing to take note of, guys, make sure your foot's always on the brake, or you can use the handbrake as well. When you're at traffic lights, put the handbrake up, because I've seen a lot of learners, the car rolls back, and obviously you can get failed for that depending on the situation you're in. Because obviously if there's a car behind and your car rolls back, let's say you're on an uphill slope or you're uphill and your car rolls back, I mean, they can fail you for that. Obviously your car could potentially hit the person behind, because if your car's rolling back. So just use your brake, use your handbrake as well if you need to, if you're on an uphill. So yeah. So the fourth tip, guys, is maneuvers and parking. So obviously when you're parking, your parallel parking or your forward bay parking, whatever it may be, just always be careful that you don't hit the curb, because obviously I believe that examiners can mark you down for this or even fail you. So if you clip your alloy too hard in the curb, they can't fail you for that, I believe. So always be careful. So whenever you're parking, wherever parking it may be, just always do it slowly. So just park as close as possible as you can to the curb, because let's say you're parking on a street and you're too far out, someone can hit your side mirror. So it's one of them situations, man, where you just need to just park the best you can. Obviously you don't want to be too far out into the road where someone could just drive by and hit your car and just drive off, you know what I mean, or hit your side mirror. So yeah, it's always important to make sure you don't hit the curve though. So let's say you're just doing a normal bay park, obviously just make sure that you're in the lines. But if your car's even a bit bent, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you're in the lines, that's all that matters, because that's all that they care about, to be honest. But obviously if you're out the lines, then they might mark you down for that. So even if your car's wonky or it's a bit bent, I mean, you can always go forward and fix it and then straighten your car, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're in the lines. So obviously now guys, I'm coming up to giveaway lines. Just brake slowly when you come into them, and then obviously when it's clear to go. So I'm going right. Obviously there's gates here, I can't really see what's coming there. There's a car there, and slowly accelerate because obviously it's clear. And then there's road signs there, obviously 30 zone. This one was a 20 road. Yeah, so always go slowly. Obviously signals a bike coming there, so be wary of him. I can't really see cars come this way, so I'm just gonna wait. Obviously cars coming here, there's cars coming from that side as well. Now's my chance to go, so I'm just gonna take the right, and that's it. So the last tip for you guys is just believe in yourself and be confident, because obviously when you go into your test you're gonna be nervous, but just breathe, believe in yourself, just calm yourself down, and you'll be all right, man. You just drive at a speed that you're comfortable with throughout your test, and yeah, just be confident, man. Believe in yourself. Obviously you're gonna be nervous. Stay consistent with taking lessons as well. Obviously there's no point you taking one lesson a month. Just try to be consistent with it. Take about 1 or 2 lessons a week, and obviously when your test is coming as well, just take more lessons as you can. Just speak to your driving instructor and see what you can do. But yeah, the main thing is just be confident and follow all these 5 steps, and you'll be all right, man. Just believe in yourself. But yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope this was helpful. Hope this helped you guys out if you're taking your test, if you're a learner. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. So yeah guys, that is it for today's video. Obviously just wanted to give you guys a few tips for your driving test, because a lot of people were messaging me and asking me for advice. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and if you're new, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. We have a lot more content on the way, and we're also doing a giveaway soon, so yeah, just make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.